But I think it's time for some sports. How about you, Vic?
I don't mind a little something,
Everybody, it's that time. That's time for you to gird your loins and get ready for Victor Allen's new Sportz, his unique fan-paced view of sports. You can find it here, a recurring segment of the Morning Coffee with Mario show. And now here's the man that the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Rub his head and make a wish. Everybody, here's Vic. Yeah.
Everybody rubbing my damn head, man. I'm actually putting out the Victor Allen's challenge. How long do you think it will take to grow hair? That's a trick question, too. Just letting you know that. Okay, man. I'm going to let you get yourself settled in because I know you're making sure all the streams are working. I'm going to sit back and give greetings. Everything look good? All right, Periscope, Facebook, Big O, Live Me. I got you guys. I'm going to try not to have you see my back all day long, but you know what I'm going to talk about, right? You know I'm going to sit back and say this right now. Should we just tell the Boston Celtics and the San Antonio Spurs just to bow out right now and let's just skip over and go to the finals? Or do you want to see?
I'm not watching it.
Okay.
I don't watch Vic. I watch you notice when you walk in, I've already given up. And I've switched. You see the news on. Because I told you there's more Trump stuff on that's interesting than
all right.
I can't even get escape from Trumpism with some sports.
Now, let me ask you this, Mario. Have you ever had a bad day in your professional life? Now, be careful now because you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I have.
Okay? Do you want people to understand you had a bad day in your professional life?
No, I don't want them to understand.
Do you give a damn if they understand?
No, I don't need to share it.
So you just keep working, don't you?
I share that with my significant most of the time.
Right. So you go like this. Don't be worried about how bad my day is. I keep grinding, right?
That's right.
All right. So we're going to ask the question. What happens when you're favored to win by 16.5 points, as the Cavaliers were against the Boston Celtics, and you lose, right? And you lose. Now, everybody's going to go through the LeBron thing. So as LeBron goes, everybody knows the Cav goes. When he's averaging 34 points a game in the playoffs, about 9 rebounds and 7 assists, then all of a sudden, it's only like 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists in this game, and they lose. So rather than jump on him, I call this, let's find out who to blame. Now, Mario, you always good at blaming because you
well, see, I've changed, Vic.
You blame people.
I know how to shut up now.
You blame people all the time.
I know how to shut up.
He's going to be blaming people
keep
all
my
day.
mouth shut.
All right, so what I'm going to do is put up some options here. I'm just going to let you know how I feel about it because the first thing I watched when I was watching the back and forth was they're going to go after LeBron. It's like they won't let him go. And I said, so wait a minute. Remember last year at this time, they were jumping on Kevin Love before the playoffs saying, oh, man, you know what? Look like K Love is not, They were questioning him, the whole thing.
Whether he was not coming
hard and he came around. So this game 3, did you not see K Love go like this? It's over, you guys. I'm raining threes. And I was going, this is over. It's over.
He really took charge.
Oh,
well,
my God. He was
I
another level.
personally interpreted it as other people now, because of the stress and strain of the in and outs.
Right.
That there are days when other people's energy can step forward. That's the truth. And I thought that was his night.
Okay.
That's how I interpreted it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. First blame. Should we blame LeBron because he only scored 11 points? He only has 6 rebounds and 6 assists versus his 34-point average, 9 ribs, and 1 assist. Should we blame him because he didn't meet his production?
Well, he's already said he had a poor performance. He accepted responsibility, he thought, for the loss, even though it's a team loss.
Right.
I like the way LeBron handled it. I mean, what more do you want from him? Even though he to me, he overstepped in his taking the blame for the whole thing. It wasn't all him. He wasn't the only.
No. Okay, let's say this. Did they get happy with K Love hitting those threes in the first half and say, you know what? It's an after party. Tell me where it's going to hang out at this time because the game is over. So they relax.
Well, I think mentally they still feel, and I feel, and I think you feel, and everybody else feels that Cleveland's still going to whop them. We all glad they got a game.
Did you see the same, what I call energy that they had in Boston?
No, that's what I'm saying.
They didn't. So they got lazy, right?
Yeah, well, again, that's why I meant by the ins and outs.
Right.
that to bring it every night.
Right. Okay.
You know,
so,
and I'm not
you
one
guys
to
got my
point
back?
fingers
You got my back?
because
Okay.
you have to be there. I think that's one of those things you got to walk in a man's shoes.
So okay, no, it's good. Now let's
play all those games. There are nights some people just, I think.
Okay. Now let's give them real talk. Real talk. Did the Cavaliers fall in love with the 3-point shot? I mean, they are all.
Yeah, but they've done very well with it.
But they're not. They're not Golden State though.
They're not Golden State. But for example, one of the parts of LeBron's game that he really elevated again was his outside shooting with his 3-pointers. He elevated that part of big. That was noticeable to me.
Year.
He upped his game, and I go like, well, that's practice. That's practice. That's like shooting a bunch of balls a day.
Let me say this: should we blame the number 32? You know what 32 is? That's how
Number
old.
Girlfriends you had by the time you were in 8th grade.
That's jacked up, man. I didn't have.
You were in high school. You left high school.
No, man.
How many was
if
it?
anybody see my high school pics, man,
they on Facebook.
they're praying for
testifying.
me. They're praying for me. They're going, man, I'm glad you made it. Okay, I'm glad you made it this far. Okay, so wait a minute. 32. Now let me say why this may
What's
be.
the significance of 32?
Let me say this for a reason. When you go back and look at LeBron James, say 4 or 5 years ago, watch what he was. He was steamrolling with unparalleled energy up and down the court. Is it possible he got exhausted? Because if this is what he has to do to keep Golden State up there, that means he has to be perfect just about.
Well, I hinted at. That's what I meant by the ins and out of the whole playoff process.
Right.
That not just him, but other people.
Yeah.
And you know what's? Well, here's the thing. Why I don't criticize LeBron on this. I will just make one point. Didn't you just have the best layoff of anybody in the whole playoff? Didn't you just have it? I mean, for real. You earned it. But didn't you just have the best playoff of everybody, better than Golden State? Were you waiting?
The Golden State, both of them at the same level. I just believe that the one thing that's been proven, Golden State was still winning without Kevin Durant. You take LeBron off the Cavs, it's not the same. And I think that's the difference between the two, because of his impact.
Yeah, even of course, you take the best player in the world. Even though I will say this, I think again, especially with the proper challenge, don't underestimate what Cleveland can come up with in the absence of LeBron when they put their mind to it.
Okay,
because if you have all the people step up like Love and Tristan Thomas.
Oh, Tristan always working.
But I'm just saying,
he's always working.
They have all the elements, Vic, for people to step up and surprise you.
Oh, yeah.
At any given time, JR can step up and just go on, get up, catch on fire
all day.
So I'm saying, I would just say, let's not underestimate the Cavs in the absence of LeBron.
I'm not.
Okay, that's all. I just think that they still. That's why they're a championship team.
Okay. All right. Now let me do this.
They are a championship team.
They are, but like I said, everybody's going. There's a clear distance between LeBron in the East and the rest of the team. Let me go to the next blame. Should we blame the Boston Celtics defense? Why? They realize they can man up with backs against the wall. Did they not step up and extend their defense?
Well, yeah, they did. I don't think we can blame them at all. Listen, Boston's doing what I expected and losing as I expected. I expected to make a reasonable attempt, pump hard, come hard, play their hearts out, and lose.
They could have done this in game 1 and 2, couldn't they?
They can always do it, but they can't do it consistency. They're not going to beat the champions.
Game 4, they're not doing that?
They're not. To me, they did a credible job not being swept.
Okay. I get another blame.
That's a credible job. They're not going to win 2 games.
Watch this. I'm going to put a smile on this.
They're not going to win 2 games.
Watch this. Mario understands this. Watch you smile on this one. Blame Isaiah Thomas. My injury is my zen. Use the force, my Jedis. Did they use the force?
Yes.
They took advantage of his zen.
Well, they, to me, did what any character team should do when they lose their star.
Right.
Again, it's gut check. I believe in gut check. That's what championships are made to me. I believe earning it. Gut check.
All right.
If you ain't good enough, that's why they have third place.
Right.
So gut check.
Okay.
So you lose your star, well, gut check. Play like a champion.
And you know something, Mario? I can't wait till you talk to Greg Popovich about that. But
let's go to the old school, Vic. I'm old school. I don't. We had to come up the hard way. It was not like a bunch of excuses.
Watch this.
Earn your shit.
All right. Watch this. I got one. Blame the new bench MVP force, Jonas Jerebko. In 13 minutes, he played out 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 block in 13 minutes. He almost equaled LeBron James' output. And this dude talks smack. And did you see him talking to Kevin Love as Kevin Love was on the ground or on the floor, and he was saying, "Don't flop, homie." He said, "Don't flop. Don't be flopping." This man has attitude. He is that swag that gets in your face. He's been on the bench. He can't wait to get in and grind it up with you. That motivation is, to me, what energized the Celtics. And even Coach Stevens said the MVP goes to Jerebko. Why? I said he did more than just put out points. Did you see him standing over K-Love going, man, don't do that. He says, I'm a bench player. You don't flop on a bench player. So I'm just saying.
That's the way you're supposed to be. Like I said, I'm old school.
Right.
Earn your shit.
Earn it. Right.
If they faster than you, then work harder.
Work harder, man. Just
beat them with what you have.
Right.
What you brought, use what you brought to the party.
Right.
And beat them with that. They're faster. You just be stronger.
Right.
Or you want it more.
Absolutely.
You can't, and you cannot. I just think it's impossible to really calculate ahead of time the effect of desire.
I'm going to say the blame I'm giving. You have to pick a blame now. Which blame do you think was the real reason? It's either LeBron, the production way off, or the Celtics became a team, a playoff team.
I think the Cleveland Cavaliers had an off night because they could, and they relaxed emotionally.
Okay, that's a good one.
They relaxed emotionally because they can.
Yeah, I know they can.
If they, in the back of their mind, I'm sorry, I could, it's hard when you play teams like this, even with Golden State and San Antonio, you just know you can beat them. So, I
can tell you another one, too.
It's hard. It's hard for them to be getting all excited and stuff.
Let me do this for you. For the brothers that's not making a lot of money, and they probably won't be there next year, play an extra game so you can get some of that playoff shares. You know how it is, Mario. Every playoff game, you get playoff shares. Let me take care of my team.
I'm all for you getting some extra money.
You're right.
I'm all for you.
All right.
Everybody getting some extra pay.
Okay. Now, to lead in, because Mario did, he did a wonderful job, man, leading in. When you say, hey, look, you just have to bust it. So we're going to find out, can the Zen man, because there's a new Zen. It doesn't belong to Phil anymore. Greg Popovich has Zen, Mario. And
yes, and I don't root
Zen
against the Spurs. I may root for other teams at point in time,
right,
but I never root against the Spurs. They've always had too many people, and their philosophy that I respect. On an ongoing basis.
You're answering the question that I'm already going to ask. Why will we watch the game with the following players out? Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard, and David Lee. When you remove your point guard and your MVP and your all-team defense and leading scoring on offense, why are you watching them?
Because they're going to compete.
And are they going to win?
Oh, I don't know if they're going to win. They're going to compete.
You like the discipline.
Yeah, to me, when you're talking about upsets, right?
Right.
You need a combination of things. You need for you to have sort of like your best day, while at the same time they don't have one of their best days.
Absolutely.
So it is the way the cards line up too,
right,
to a degree. So like they say, luck is when preparation meets opportunity, right?
Right.
There you go.
And
their star player, we don't know it, but the night before, his baby mama called him up like at 2 a.m, cussed him out, cussed all kind of stuff, put a new man on the phone.
Right.
He's talking stuff, and then he tried to get some sleep.
That's right.
And we don't even know.
Don't even know.
We don't even know. So I'm just saying, there's stuff that happens in life you never know.
Mario, let me tell you why Mario's preaching, because he has been
baby mama
ready for the Super Bowl. And then the night before, the woman he went out with that he wasn't supposed to called him and said,
that's right.
I'm about to tell your
not my
other
baby.
woman.
Not my baby.
I'm going to tell your other woman.
I tell him. It's not my baby, Billie Jean.
All right. So let me just say this. I want odds on this San Antonio. Can San Antonio do exactly what the Boston Celtics did for one game? Because they only got one game, basically, to get it done. Can they step up with a bunch of bench players and win one game?
Yeah, I think they can.
What's the likelihood that they will?
No.
Okay. Let me tell you the other part that right now people are screaming at. Do you feel LaMarcus Aldridge is stepping up his game, Mario?
No.
Well,
no. Let me
all right,
wait.
now, be careful.
He has
now.
moments.
It's not
What
enough.
we want is more consistency. What happens when you have moments, it reminds you what you want.
Right.
That's what the bad thing about moments is, because then you know them and you say, well, I want that.
Right.
You give me this,
Right.
but I want that.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So basically right now, he's not really elevated his playoff, what you call profile, because they're waiting for him to say, you're next man up, right?
Well, let's put it like this.
Next man up.
See, these are building your reputation.
Right.
And that's going to follow you.
Hey, man. Hey, look,
It's
man,
gonna
I want.
follow you.
I'm
It's
rooting
going to
for him.
follow.
I'm rooting for him, but let me just say this.
You didn't do it.
He's actually having what they call those
Not as
kind
bad
of
as Harden.
his hands are having a
Right.
problem with the ball. Anticipation, nervousness, and being put on a stage for the first time where they're saying you are the go-to man, not like in Portland.
Now, remember, he's up against some of the top people in quick hands and all that. He
Yeah.
really is.
Yes, he is.
But like I said, we expect to see you compete. It's supposed to be hard.
Right.
It's the championship.
Right. I got you. I ain't mad at you.
So bring your shit.
Oh, see, there you go. Because when you see
Because when you have moments, Vic, you say, keep that up.
I'm going to say this. You know what really becomes
Bring
the
your
cross to
shit.
bear is when you see the name of the players and you see the dollar tag for the year. Then you end up going, okay, now, don't let the bench players outproduce per minute what you're doing. And that's what they're looking at. So I'm just letting you know now. He's going to have to step up a little bit more. All right, it's our time to chime in on this one because we're kind of late and we've been on the off season. And I always believe in entrepreneurial efforts. You ready for the LeVar Ball's Big Baller?
I just wish
02.
his daddy would shut up.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. No, you
That is
don't.
too good for media.
Yes. Why? Would you not enjoy this?
Poor guy. One day, it's just me. I feel for him because it's such a liability. On the one hand, it's wonderful on one hand, but then a liability on another.
Look.
It is what it is.
Look, at the end of the day, are you paying attention to what's on the court or what's in his mouth? And if you're,
What are we watching?
Yeah.
I want to make sure what we're watching.
Hey, look, man, I'm just saying, the part I do appreciate is what they'll say is Nike, Armor, all of them. Didn't they have to start somewhere? Mm-hmm. Everybody gets to start.
Well, there you go.
Everybody has to start somewhere.
All for start.
Yeah, man.
All for starters.
How does he commit? You know what he did? He said, I actually got on TV without having to beg you
And
guys.
he's going to get notoriety.
Right.
So the formula works.
Right.
But like everything, there's a price to pay. You just have to decide whether it's worth it.
Right. And he has to because, you know and I know, the conservatives are going to have a problem with this because they come up from the old school.
Well, I'm not conservative, and I got a problem with some stuff, but I don't have any problem. If you can get people to buy it, let me tell you, if they don't buy it for $4.95, it'll be soon $2.95 and then $1.95.
Now we're at
And
the
then
point,
$95.
and here we are. Let's go to the part where Mario and I are going to determine how much we're going to pay depending on when. So here it is, Mario. I know you, but pretend like you're 16, you're 17.
160.
Right now, that's it. Your top dollar.
Pretty much for tennis. Okay.
At an
okay,
age,
here's
if you
the
were a
thing.
teenager, you would.
And I would have to.
Come on now, teenager now. You remember those days?
Okay, I just bought dress shoes even. And for me, when I bought a pair of dress shoes that were expensive,
Right.
for me, they were $250.
Right.
So I'm saying, to me, that's a lot. If you're going to say, let's just say you throw an extra $50, $300.
Right.
I'm still, okay, you know, Vic, I'm saying I'd spend $300, but come on, $490. There's a point. I mean,
wait a minute.
Didn't $300 sound like a lot to spend?
Wait a minute. I want you to qualify yourself. Remember, Mario, do you consider yourself a big baller? Come
No,
on, man.
not anymore. I'm pretty much A little walnutter.
Wait a minute. See, remember, this is not for normal folks. This is big baller.
Yeah, no big baller.
No big baller,
No,
bro.
it feels like I got $10.
See, this is what I'm saying. You want to be a big baller. You supposed to put
might be
yourself.
something.
You got to put yourself in that place where they go like this.
Yeah.
I'm a big baller.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore.
You don't have it anymore,
No
man?
fist in the glove.
No, that's done, right?
Yeah.
All right, so your price right now is $160.
Now I'll go up to $300.
$300? That's not bad. That's good.
I mean, to me,
That's good.
If you're going to spend $300 for some shoes,
Right.
But you want $495?
Right.
No.
I believe like this. It's like this.
No.
You have to be in the mindset of a person who goes, I spend money on stuff like that and don't even cringe. Well, since I don't know that lifestyle, I can't qualify a good answer on this because I'm not a big baller. So $195.
You're trying to tell on yourself or whatever?
$195 is a lot to me. But I'm just going to say, are the shoes tight, Mario? Do you like the shoes?
You know.
You got to look at the shoes first. We so busy
I do
looking
like
at
the shoes. I would spend $300.
So you like them?
Yeah.
Okay, they're nice shoes, man.
Yeah,
They're
but
nice.
do you like them big?
Not $495.
Okay, thank you.
No.
I'm about
not
to say, because I don't see you.
I know.
Yeah.
Not $495. I can do it.
They don't look that special enough.
I can
but
go
what
with
you're trying to do is it's a brand identification, and that's what you're doing when you're
Right.
like, it's like, Izod shirts and Polo, Ralph Lauren.
That's right.
Just like that.
Okay. Well, that was the last subject of our sports segment. And that's just going on from the previous show. I keep a running account there, so I know where I left off. Hey, you guys, this is what the real question is. Tonight, how much, Mario, do the San Antonio Spurs lose by tonight? Since you are a Greg Popovich fan,
How much
do they lose by tonight? Because, see, you already made your decision. The thing 12 points? You're being friendly.
I think they're good.
You think they're good? Hey, you guys, I'm taking them out of there. I think they're going to lose by 18 or 20, and then garbage time will probably take it down to 14 or 15. I'm out, man. Sports is done.
That's been Victor Allen's New Sports, his unique view of sports. A recurring segment of Mario. Morning Coffee with Mario show. You can see it here every week when you have the morning coffee. Victor Allen, written and produced. Rub his head, make a wish. Ladies have nicknamed him Sexual Chocolate. That's it. Yeah.
Needed power.